So here's my 1961 Ford Falcon Ranchero. I picked this up at the end of last year, and me and my dad started working on it, and we've got quite a bit done. It doesn't look like a lot, but we're getting there. The previous owner or owners dropped in a 200 straight six out of a 65 Mustang with the mating 4-speed manual transmission, and also came with the seats out of that 65 Mustang. The body is in pretty rough shape. There was a lot more rust than I expected, but it is a really old car. Every body panel has rust, except for the hood. Other than it being painted about 6 times after I stripped all the paint off of it, it turned out, it looks pretty straight. The rest of the car is a little rough. The rear quarters have about ½ inch in the thickest part of Bondo, which kind of matched the front fenders, masking a lot of the dents and dings. But I have done a lot to the car. Originally, the fuel tank when we got it was full of old gas and was rust and corrosion. So I went and swapped it out with a Tanks Inc. tank for a 65 Mustang, because I read up that the old Rancheros and wagons used to or could puke oil or puke fuel out of the side because of where the vent and the fuel filler was. The neck ended up being the point of when the fuel would rise or expand, it would actually rise out and come out of the filler neck and down the side of the car. So I decided that this was the best route to go. I moved the filler neck to the center of the tank, or center of the bed, and centered the tank up with the body. It's got new fuel lines, and went with an in-tank Tanks Inc. electric fuel pump and fuel system. It has a return line through the back through this fuel filter up front. We've also swapped it to a HEI distributor to get rid of the point system. It has we've put a new starter solenoid and starter on it. We've rebuilt the carburetor. And so mechanically, we've got it running really well. There's still some things that need to be done mechanically, but it's real close. And now you can see I have decided that if I was going to build my first old car, we might as well do it a little different and a little bit more out of my element. But up front, I built the buckets and bag system up front. The front was actually pretty simple to do, just more or less pulling the old coil out and replacing it and filling in the space with a bag and bucket. But in the rear, underneath, I went out and decided to go with a triangulated 4-link. This is all custom. This is I bought a universal kit because I wanted to try to get the car as low as I could get it without having to cut and notch the body. The frame is not notched, the bed is not cut up, the fender wells are not tubbed and completely aired out. The car sits about 3.5 inches from the pinch weld to the ground, off the ground. So, and that's on a set of 24-inch tall tires. These are the original 14 by 4.5 steel wheels on 24 by 6 inch tall tires. This is just kind of a update overview of the start of the build of the car, and we'll see how it goes.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets, live with every breath. See my